Hey everyone, my name is Carly and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my top 5 books of the year so far. I've been seeing this go around and I really like the idea. So let's talk about some books. So this is no particular order, just first 5 books. I went through my Goodreads 2018 list and I just picked the first 5 books that I just picked 5 books from there that I really liked. So it's no particular order, it's just 5 books that I've really liked so far this year. So first one I want to talk about is The Diviners by Liv Bray. This is the first book in a series and it follows a group of 6 characters, I think it is, as in the 1920s New York, and they all have these powers of sorts and they all end up coming together and they're trying to figure out this whole evil thing. I don't know. It's gosh, reading it is alright, so reading this is like reading a Baz Luhrmann film, specifically Great Gatsby, because 1920s New York, but it's Liv Bray has such a way with words. I could hardly put this book down. This book is a good chunk size book. It's a pretty big book. And gosh, I could hardly put it down. I didn't want it to end, and then I flew through the second and third books, and then I finished the third book, and I thought this was a trilogy, mind you, and that third book ended, and I'm like, this cannot end this way, and then I realized there's a 4th book coming out. So I want that 4th book now, but I gotta wait. But it's good to know that there's a 4th book coming. But this first book is great. It's so good. It instantly got me hooked with these characters, with this world, with this story, and I love it so much. The next one is a recent read, and it is Sith by Neil Shusterman. This follows 2 main characters, Citra and Rowan, who live in this world in the future that one of the things with this world is that no one can die except by this group of people called the Siths, and they are the only people to kind of officially kill other people to kind of keep the world population level so it doesn't get overpopulated. And wow, I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did. It was, again, just another page turner for me. I'm not usually a utopian dystopian person, but I just happened to pick it up and I could hardly put it down. I love these characters and I cannot wait to read or listen to Thunderhead when I'm on my trip. But this book, guys, read it. Read it. And I feel like if you're anywhere, if you're a little wary of it like I was, I think you should still give it a try. It's the characters I loved, the world I came to love more than anything I ever thought. But just the power play between kind of good and evil, and whether or not Siths are kind of good and evil, and what makes a good Sith and what makes a bad Sith, and just I loved it. I loved it. I cannot wait to continue on with this series. Next one I have on my list is Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. This follows our girl Alice, who is a biromantic asexual, and she stands very firm on that until she meets Takumi, and she has just this instant reaction. And then she kind of starts to question everything. And I feel like that's not a good description, because it feels like when I said that, it's saying that her asexuality is she comes to find out that she's not asexual, but no. A big part of this book is her she's already felt like she's gotten comfortable with the term asexual, but it's really her getting more and more comfortable with it, if that makes sense. There's probably still a part of her that thought that she was broken and wrong, especially since the beginning of the book starts with someone breaking up with her. But this book was so good. It is a contemporary, but it's I don't feel like I've ever read a book. I've never read a book with an asexual character that I've related to so much. This did not feel like the author just took the term asexuality and then applied it to them. This felt like I could see myself in Alice. And this book was just so cute. The scenes behind was just so cute. The scenes with Takumi and Alice are some of the cutest scenes I've ever read. I love a good romance, and this was So good, so good, so great. I don't know what other words I can use to describe this, but it was good. And I loved the asexual representation in it. Loved it. The next one on this list is Radio Silence by Alice Osman. This follows our character Frances, and she is a huge fan of this podcast called Radio Silence, and she becomes friends with the creator, and coming of age kind of story. Frances, I mean, is dealing with her senior year and where she wants to go to school, and but also her fandom life and her friends and what she wants from life. One thing I really liked about this book was that Frances and Alid are not a love story, and I'm not really spoiling anything because this is part of the blurb from like the back of the book. Like literally, this is a quote from the book towards the beginning of the book, and it is on the blurb for the book. And I thought I would not like that, but their friendship is so good, and it really reminded me of a friendship I had in high school with a guy, and it was so fun reading, like just a friendship, not a romance, but a friendship. Not to mention, Alid is queer, so is Frances, so they're not straight, but they're not together, and they're not, it's, yeah. If you have not read anything by Alice Osman, I mean, definitely check Radio Silence out, and definitely check Heartstopper out, because they are so good and have such a great way of capturing teenagers and their relationships. And then the next fifth thing on my list is not really a book, it's a series of comics, and it is the Tales of Suspense, series 100 to 104, I think it is, but it's 5 comics, and Tales of Suspense is like not really a whole comic series, but they have little comic arcs with Marvel characters. And this one follows Clint and Bucky as they try to figure out who is killing all these Hydra agents. It was so funny. Oh my god. It was, yeah. I love Clint, and now I'm really big, at least Bucky MCU. I haven't really read too much Bucky comics to get a feel from him, but their interactions together were just so funny, because I love that kind of relationship in which like one person is kind of exasperated by another person, therefore like Bucky is just so over and tired of like Clint's shenanigans, and Clint is just Clint, and I love Clint for being Clint. So it was good. Also, there's a talking bear, like, okay, we'll go with it. That so far for 2018 is my top 5 books that I have read. Have you guys read any of those? Did you like any of those? Let me know. But if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys again with another video soon. Bye.